to Positive Energy with Crystals. My name's Hillary, and today I thought we would do a seasonal type video. I thought about if you were hosting Thanksgiving, what crystals would be good to set out to make sure that are in your like main living spaces, where family's going to gather. And this pretty much applies to any large family gathering or reunion, but it's November, so I thought Thanksgiving. I did this with the intention that you were hosting Thanksgiving and that you can set these up around your house or as decorations. You can carry them on you too if you're going to somebody else's house, or if there's some in here that you just need to have on you all day long. Like, I would definitely have my amethyst and my black tourmaline on me. I always do anyway, but for large family gatherings, yes. So now I'm kind of trying to keep the list kind of small on this one, but if there's something that I don't like how my background is all of a sudden. If there's something that you would add to it, put it in the comments. There's a lot more that I would have out, but I was kind of trying to keep it kind of basic for this video. So let's start with tourmalated quartz, because I love tourmalated quartz. It's beautiful and amazing, and I love it. So it's a combination of clear quartz and, of course, the black tourmaline. So it's pretty, it's good for decoration, but it also combines the properties of the two crystals. So we'll talk about clear quartz. Clear quartz enhances energy, removes energy blocks, and soothes and protects. So if you're hosting, you're going to need to focus on your energy, both your energy level and your like mental, spiritual, just the energy you give off and take in. Chakra energy maybe too. So I thought that clear quartz would be really good. Plus, clear quartz is very cheap and really easily to find. I'm going to, as I go along, show you in that big collection. I bought some of the bigger pieces I have of different crystals, like the black tourmaline. I'll try to put here, and then I know I've got a bunch of new clear quartz spheres and stuff, just to show kind of, not to show off my collection once again, even though I really like showing it off, but also just kind of give you an idea of, I mostly show the small stuff here, but to kind of show you and give you ideas of other shapes and stuff that to make it more decorative. Like, just looks like in my house, it would just look like more my crystal collection sitting out, or just a decorative piece. So so there's clear quartz. Black tourmaline, I've got this amazing piece I won from Bliss Crystals earlier this year, and I love it so much. And then I also I've got some small pieces too, but whoops, I've got my raw piece. This is my favorite. Black tourmaline is my #1 protection crystal. It absorbs negative energy and stress from everyone walking by it, and it's grounding. Put a piece by every entrance to your home. When we were living in our house, this piece lived by our front door. I had smaller pieces by our back door. That was before I won this piece. So when we get a house again, this will go by one door, like a main entrance where people are going to come in and out of. It doesn't even matter, like, if they're just going out to the backyard just to hang out. They're eventually going to come back in that front or that same door. But this was by my front door, so anytime anybody came or left, this was there. It's great. It absorbs um, all the negativity, or it tries to absorb all the negativity from the person as they walk by it. Now, because it absorbs negative energy, you do need to cleanse it often. So, like after everybody leaves, as you're cleaning up the house, just run it over some incense smoke. It's easy. You don't have to make a big deal about it. Um, Black tourmaline, you can also place in salt to cleanse it. I don't like placing my crystals in salt just because I'm afraid of all the reactions that are going to happen. Some crystals aren't good to sit in salt, and some are very bad with water. So I use incense smoke for all my cleansing, and I prefer the raw black tourmaline. I love this piece, and I've got a polished piece that I carry with me. I love that piece too. They're more protected. This raw piece is very fragile, but I feel like it's stronger. It absorbs more of the energy. So very good to have. I also I've got 4 pieces that I place in the 4 corners of our property that I did, and they'll go on the new property. Next piece, of course, I'm going to suggest amethyst. And I love this piece because I can point the calming energy at something. I also have a bunch of new amethyst pieces from that collection. A lot of people have amethyst geodes, and I have a bunch of those now too, as decoration in their home. So even if they don't collect crystals for healing purposes or the properties, for their energies, those amethyst geodes are so popular that lots of people have them in their homes as decoration, and they're easy to find, and they're pretty affordable. So amethyst is very calming. It eases frustration, it brings peace, courage, and protection. You're surrounded by family you love and you care about, but you may not always like them very much or get along with them. And others may feel the same about certain family members that you may not have a problem with, or just having that many people around together may have issues. And it's good to have calming energy nearby. Let's see. Celestite I have in that collection. I have an amazing piece of celestite that for some reason didn't get a picture taken of it, and I'm so bummed because I love it. It is so pretty. It's amazing. But I do have this piece. It helps relieve stress and tension. It cools fiery emotion. It helps with balance and harmony. It's uplifting, calming, and gentle. Similar to the amethyst, but I feel like the celestite handles everything in a more gentle, low-key, low-vibe way, where to me, I think amethyst, you can kind of just feel it, where celestite is more subtle. That's how I feel anyway. But that could be just because I have a thing for amethyst. Let's see, next, white howlite. Whoa, sorry. White howlite helps boost patience, calm anger, calm bad tempers and stress, helps deal with belligerent or aggressive people, calms you and the other person, and helps with patience. I now have some towers and 1 or 2 spheres. And before I got those, this piece would always go in a room where everybody was gathering. If we had a bunch of people, Thanksgiving or family or birthday party or something, whatever, I always had this piece out with a lot of people It didn't matter if it's full family, friends, strangers, mix, white highlight. Even if it's not like a gathering at my home, if I'm going somewhere, that's it could be a holiday, reunion, wedding, funeral, birthday parties, meetings, conferences, full of people I know, full of strangers, a mix, whatever. If I'm gonna be in a large group for a long time, I've got white highlight. It's just it like it. I feel it does kind of temper things down. I love it. Turquoise. Turquoise gets rid of negative energy, stabilize mood swings, inner calm, protection, communication, and eases nerves. My family has a really strong connection to turquoise. So I bring it anytime that we are getting together. So if your family has a crystal that they have a strong connection with, use it. Mine, I think, started with my great uncle loves turquoise. And this piece, plus I have a necklace with a piece of tourmaline on it, or tourmaline, turquoise, sorry. They came from my grandma, and I'm pretty sure this was like a pendant. You can kind of see. I'm pretty sure this was a pendant that broke, and she kept the piece. And then I've got the other pendant on a chain. I'm pretty sure these came from my great uncle, her brother. And then I also have a ring that he gave me for my high school graduation that got two pieces of dang it, I did it again. It's got two pieces of turquoise on it. I'm stuck on tourmaline. So like I said, this turquoise is good for to have around. And once again, a lot of people, it's pretty popular, so a lot of people have it. So it looks just like decoration. But also with my family, there's a connection. So I feel that it works stronger for my family just because of that connection. Let's see, agate. And I kind of went with just like a general agate. Let me grab two. I thought I grabbed my flower agate. Guess not. So I've got just like a regular agate and then blue lace agate here. So agates are good for grounding, which is important for any situation, but especially when there's a lot of people around. Now I might choose a moss agate or a flower agate, or the blue lace, just because there's some of my favorites agates right now, especially my moss agate that I just worked with. But pretty much any sort of agate is super, just brings everybody to a grounded state. And I think that's really important for large gatherings. Sodalite is really good for like sitting in your dining room where everybody's going to sit around, gather around and talk. It's good for a harmonious, loving group conversation. It helps self-esteem, calms your body and mind. It calms panic attacks, brings together, and it brings everybody together for a common purpose. Now, also, lapis lazuli is very similar. So I also kind of grabbed that one because it's good too. But for this one, I just felt like sodalite was a really good one to have. Selenite. Now I've got this selenite, and then I've got my selenite bowl here. Selenite is another one that is really, really popular for people to have for decorative pieces. It is good for mental clarity, energy cleansing, space clearing, helps remove stagnant negative energy, helps with positive thoughts. It's calming, and I already said positive thoughts. I've got positive thoughts on there twice. So apparently it's really good for positive thoughts. But like I was saying, there's, I've got a tower and a sphere, and then there's also those decorative towers that lots of people have and put them on those little light bases that then light up the crystal. So that's another one that if you're not wanting to stand out that you've got crystals. My family knows I have lots of crystals. They don't, and I think most of them just think I have them just because they're pretty. But if you're just kind of trying to keep it low key, that it's just decoration, selenite has a lot of really pretty decorative pieces. Now I got a surprise. You guys are not going to expect this, especially those that watch most of my videos. Rose quartz. I do not connect with rose quartz, or at least yet. But that doesn't mean other people that are coming to my house or visiting my house don't connect with it. So rose quartz is good for unconditional love, happiness, self-love, and familial love and friendship. It removes tension, facilitates forgiveness and compassion. It's good for positivity, supports forgiveness. It's calming, good for patience, and lower stress and tension. And like I said, just because I don't connect with it doesn't mean somebody else in my family doesn't. Rose quartz is another one that's really popular. And it's that light pink that most people really like. So it's really popular and it's fairly cheap. And it's lots of people have it. And a lot of people do connect with it. And a lot of people love working with it. So I own rose quartz because other people seem to do good with it. I just haven't connected with it. Let's see, let's go to rhodonite. Over rose quartz, I would go with my rhodonite for myself. It has similar properties. It's good for forgiveness, love, emotional healing, encourages you to remember everyone is struggling with their own internal battles. It's good for kindness and support. If in conflict with someone you love, it will guide you through the problem. It teaches you to be forgiving and accepting when love becomes painful. Helps us transform conflicts into love and understanding. Calms frayed nerves. Helps with forgiveness, which I think I already said that. Helps with confidence, strength, patience, prevent arguing, and to see both sides of a situation. Now you're going to see that I've got a lot of patience, grounding, forgiveness, calming type crystals. And that's kind of what I went with when I was thinking about a large family gathering. I'm sure you love most of the people that are coming to your house, but you may not get along with them, and you may only be able to stand them for a little amount of time. So I think having these around is a good idea. Red jasper. Mostly I chose it because it's good for heartburn, and that will happen with all the food and stress. And it's also good for grounding and support during stress, and it's a mood stabilizer, but I'm going to have mine nearby for indigestion. And bumblebee jasper, my happy crystal. If you haven't watched that video yet, go watch it. As long as it's posting, it should be posting before this one. I just recorded it, so I want it out first. It's a positive and upbeat attitude. It prevents sadness and depression. It helps you achieve goals, accept change, protect from negative energy, promote complete happiness and joy, and is very nurturing. And when people see it, it's a happy crystal. You look at it and it just makes you happy, or it makes me happy. And seeing bumblebee jasper makes me happy. All right, and the last one it's kind of a optional, I would say, is angelite. So if you've had a family member pass away recently, or some other type of grief in the family, or just some big huge stress that's going on in the family, I highly recommend angelite to me, it feels like comfort and support. It kind of makes it feel like that that person that passed away is there and they're comforting you. It kind of helps with that, but it's also kind of just in the stress of everything. If there's tension or just some sort of stress, even if it's just for you, um, it's good to, I think, to have that, to know that somebody's there that's got your back, is watching over your back, and just there for support. This piece, you can see it's the dinged up one. I usually take, if we're going to any sort of family get together, I usually have this with me. Or if I'm just feeling down and miss my family, I'll put this in my pocket. So those are the crystals I recommend you have for Thanksgiving if you are hosting at your house. Now, there's others that I would also recommend. If there's something in here that you, or if there's something missing, I should say, in here that you always have for any sort of family get together, put it in the comment. And if you've got any questions about any of those, put those in the comment too. And I will see you next time.